Will the court reporter please swear in the witness?
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Can you tell us, ma'am, your name and your address?
My name is Margarita Walters.
Are you a RN or an LPN or something else?
An RN supervisor.
When you were at Sunbelt Orlando, what was your job description there?
When I started first, I was just a nurse on the floor. Then I became a charge nurse, and not very long after, I was a supervisor, up to the point that I left there.
Okay. And when did you become an RN?
Over 20 years now.
Okay. I believe that Carolina DeStefano was present at the facility for, I think, on the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. I don't think she was there any other days. While she was present at Sunbelt, did you have any contact with her, with Carolina DeStefano?
Briefly. After a complaint was lodged to me, then I went and met the patient.
Okay. Who made a complaint to you?
Well, the nurse in question who had her that evening came to me stating that Mr. I'm not good at pronunciation. Right. Son came in. He was upset about a dressing change that was not done to his mom. And then I went and I met him. And then she went on to say she went ahead and did it. So I met Mr.
DeStefano.
Right. And I apologized for him for the dressing not being done, but Carl did it, and I went on further to let him know that I would make sure when I come in the afternoons, checked and make sure that his mom dressing is being done.
And you said Carol, you meant Carol Bowes?
Yes, she was the nurse on duty that evening.
So on the 20th, did Carol Bowes approach you first that there was a problem, or did Larry DeStefano approach you first?
No, the nurse came to me first.
Okay. And what did Carol Bowes tell you?
She told me that Mr.
DeStefano.
Right, came to her being very upset that he came to visit his mother, and when he looked, she had no dressing on her, the wound that she had. And then she went ahead and did it. And then I went, because he was still very upset, and then I went, and he was still upset. I allowed him to vent, and after it finished, as I said, I apologized to him for it not being done, and then Carl did it, and I went on to say, I come in the evening, and I check when I come on to make sure it is being done, because it was a dressing change that should be done daily.
Did you ever hear that Rachel Bean was upset about the fact that Carol Bowes had signed this note for Mr. DeStefano?
Yes.
I was making a form of objection for the record. You can go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
And who told you that?
Carol told me.
Do you remember what Mr. DeStefano said other than just complaining that the dressing change hadn't been done?
He just said that it's his mom. He used to take care of her, and he wants her change or her care to be taken care of.
Let me show you a document that was marked as Exhibit number 6 to a deposition that we took back on February 19th. It says Sunbelt Healthcare, 9/20/99, Orlando, 6:15 p.m. No wound dressing on Carolina DeStefano, room number 307, signed by Carol Bowes. Did you ever hear that Rachel Bean was upset about the fact that Carol Bowes had signed this note for Mr. DeStefano?
Yes.
I was making a form of objection for the record. You can go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
And who told you that?
Carol told me.
What did Carol tell you about that?
She told me that Rachel was upset that I told her to sign it.
Okay.
But Rachel has not said anything to me about it.
Okay. Did Carol ever tell you that anybody else was upset about it?
No, she just mentioned Rachel.
And did she, other than what you just told me, did she say anything else about what Rachel said or anything about that?
No, just that Rachel had called her in to do some documentation.
Okay. And did she tell you what documentation Rachel had called her in to do?
To make her late entries because apparently she did not document the evening when the incident occurred.
Did Carol tell you when Rachel called her to do that?
It was the day after.
Okay. Was it when?
That could have been the 21st. If that happened the 20th, it could have been the morning, if not the 21st.
Did she say that Rachel called her to come in, you know, when it wasn't her shift to come in and make those entries? Or did she tell Carol to make those, like, you know, when she came in on her regular shift and just go ahead and do it when she came in?
She was called in early.
All right. And then at that point in time, it's your understanding that Rachel called Carol to come in and make some late entries regarding the dressing change.
Yes.
Now, there are other late entries in the chart regarding Carol seeing Mr. DiStefano inappropriately kissing his mother and lying on top of her.
I'm not sure.
Do you know if Rachel instructed her to make those late entries?
I don't know.
Okay. Were you involved at all in, did you see in the records that there were some late entries by Carol Bowes and Deborah Jarrell?
Just when I looked through there, I remember seeing Carl. I don't remember Deborah. It could be there, and I overlook it.
Okay. Were you involved at all in talking to them about making those late entries at all?
Not at all.
When you went into Carolina DiStefano's room on the 20th, did you notice any bright red blood or any blood at all on her bed pad or her linens or on her person?
No.
Okay. Did anyone ever come and talk to you about her bed pad or blood on the bed pad or anything of that nature?
I just hear it being talked around, but nobody specifically come to me and said, I saw blood on a bed pad.
Okay, tell me what did you hear?
I just, just from nurses here and there, as I say, like gossips that blood was on her pad.
Okay, and does anyone, do you remember the names of any of the nurses who said that?
Carl was one who said it, and other nurses around.
And do you remember Carol saying what the reason was, why there was bright red blood on the pad?
No, I don't think she told me the reason.
Okay. And as far as this allegedly bloody bed pad, did you ever see it?
I did see it.
Did not?
No.
Okay. Were you at the facility at the time that the police was called regarding Larry DiStefano and or his mother? Were you there at that time?
No, I think that happened during the morning before I came to work.
Right. Were you at all involved in the transfer of Carolina DiStefano to ORMC?
No.